Hey everyone, this is the reflection for the Google Docs Module 6 that we had required for this week. And I would have to say the last couple of years I have been using Google Doc in the schools I have been working for as a paraeducator. So I have a little bit of experience with it and with the students that get to use it and their abilities of what they do for it. Mainly what they are doing with it is just typing up some paper, sharing it with their teachers instead of having to write out a paper by hand or going into Microsoft Word, typing up a paper, printing it off, and then going back and having to make corrections that way. Using the Google Docs, they are able to type up the paper through Google Docs, send it to their teachers, and then the teacher can do the modifications or tell them what they need to do to correct some stuff in their paper, what they could add to their paper through there and make it that much, like it says, a paperless classroom. And what I did learn through it is more of that sharing, doing group sharing, how you can make it to where only certain people can see it, if they have permission to get into it, and labeling everything so you have a more organized system into your database, as in with Microsoft. Like now, I can save everything to my computer and it's alphabetized, but if I have several things that have almost the same exact name, I have to go into them. Like if it's a reflection, it'll be reflection 2, and then it'll have a name after it. And well, since it's under reflection, I have to go through all the reflections and see it to where I can, with Google Doc, I can put it in a certain spot, label it, color code it, and it'll be there for me wherever I need to get to it. And getting the Google certification, I do believe, would make you a more marketable candidate for any jobs that are opening, just for the simple reason that you have a certification to use the Google Doc and you know how to use it correctly, can make the changes to it and help out. To whereas the schools I have worked for the last couple of years have only had 1 or 2 people able to do this. So anytime a teacher had an issue with it or a student had an issue with it, you had to wait for that certain teacher to be available to go fix the issue, or you had to leave the Chromebook with that teacher until they were able to fix it for you. So that kind of delayed progress time for some students, just simply because there was not enough certificated teachers in Google Doc to help out with those situations. I did a Google slide. I would compare it to the PowerPoint, and it being easier to maneuver and take care of your project through Google Slide, and make it more faster to be presentable to a class, and easier access to it, and more maneuverable for the students to get through, especially if they have never used even PowerPoint before. Then the Google Docs slide just seemed to go, click here, click there, make your presentation, click saved, and it's done. And then that way you're sharing it instead of having to do overhead projectors of PowerPoint, make sure it's working, make sure the PowerPoint's working, that the kids can just go ahead and use their own Google Doc program in their Chromebooks to get into it at their convenience when they need to. So other than the point of the training, the Unit 3 and 4 were informational, and there was new things I did learn other than what I have already known.